Now we're gonna get into Fred Zimmerman's how to hang large trees. So you can go already tell this is very extreme and you need to charge a lot for it. If you're gonna have a bucket truck and a lift that you rent, this is easily a $2,000 to $4,000 tree with the size it is. So you really need to, when you're doing, if you ever do a big tree, you really need to overcharge because someone has to be dedicated to getting that tree installed. And they will pay a good price for it. It's a lot of work. You can see they're using extension poles. Each one of them is using extension poles, lifts, and they just go around. So the way you do a big tree is you're gonna use 36-inch spacing spool. So a lot bigger, but you can do it with bigger trees like this. You don't need it to be covered typically it's 15 or 18-inch spacing for roof lines, 12 even. For big trees like this, big project, you don't need it every 12. You don't need a light every 12 inches. So 36 is fine. And basically what you want to do is start from the top and you want to either go around, you want to either do it in a zigzag motion if you're just doing whatever the eye view is, or if you're doing a 360, it requires two people. One person using either the bucket or the pole and going around, and then the other person following them around with the lights. So you see it's a whole team effort. So they got the lights laid out. Always, whenever you install, always start with power. Power is the first thing you do. Then you get into the roof line, and then you do the bushes, and then the ground lights and columns and such. But you always start with power and then to the roof. Do the hardest things first. So he's taking out his 36-inch spacing bulbs and 36-inch spacing spools, and then he's putting a bulb on them.
I don't put it right at the end in case you plug two.
He's using C7 bulbs, which you want to try to keep it simple for your business as well. Just start off with using mini lights and maybe C9 bulbs. Don't get too complicated with the materials that you use. Just the simpler the better. And as you progress as a business, then you can add on more fun, exciting things. So you can see all you do is just screw it on. That's great. You can see the guys working together to get the lights on. Fred is, I don't even know what he's talking about, but I love that man. So it's best to remember to always check your lights before you put it up there. And you can see it's also easier when you're installing. They're doing it, towards the later end of the day or maybe just a cloudy day. But you can tell it makes a huge difference when the lights are on and when it's off. And you want the lights on sometimes so that you can see where the spaces are, because really the mission is to cover the spaces best you can. Now if they want like double coverage, you can charge more for even more lights. But you just need to, maybe every 4 feet, just get some lights in there. So you can see they're adjusting it. They're just doing it with a pole right now, which you can do. So you want to start from the top and go down. You just let gravity do the work as opposed to starting from the top and trying to maneuver everything going up. It's like a little hack that you can do. So Fred is probably preaching about the good Lord and Savior because he's a great Christian man, but you can see the end result. I think he even put some twinkling lights in there which you can upcharge. But again, don't get overcomplicated your first couple of years. Do that later on as you go. You see how beautiful it looks. They wrap the trunk and then they attach the C7 bulbs on there, and some of them are twinkling. You can get twinkling bulbs. It looks amazing. Fred and them did a great job. And even on the house as well. The house has like a champagne color to it, I guess they say. You can see how beautiful they did and how beautiful it looks. And that's how every tree should look. And that's basically that.